Hey everyone, another random product review. Today it's a watch. I haven't bought a watch in probably 10 years, mainly because it's on my phone already. But I was walking through a shopping mall where they sell a bunch of fake watches, and this is a copy of something called a Richard Mille, or Mille, and those watches cost up to $2 million. Maybe that one would cost 100 grand if it was a real Richard Mille. But I'm more willing to pay $42, $42 than the cost of a house for a watch. So I bought it from this place. I guess this is the manufacturer, AILANG or AILANG? I'm not sure. And they have different colors and stuff like that. It literally just came in this envelope here. And then I cut the envelope so my cut marks are on the box. What's weird is the watch isn't actually in the box. But I guess if you want to give this away as a gift, it's kind of nice. But honestly, this is a waste of paper, I think. It's just a waste of paper. It does explain some other watches, it looks like. Maybe it's just a universal movement. Actually, there's a bunch of different... Yeah, they have 5, 6... There's a lunar calendar one. These guys make a lot of different watches. So there's 6 different movements that they have, and this covers all of them. But, I mean, it seems like a waste of cardboard and paper to me. It's just gonna end up in the trash. And then, come on, is this really necessary? Like, is anyone gonna resell a $42 watch? Right? Do you need to give me this plastic? No. It's kind of ridiculous. Alright. So, yeah. Actually, I'll save this box when I ship something with eBay, because it is a strong box. Okay. Alright, so then we have this thing. In this bag. I went with the clear version. Ah, boy, more plastic to pollute the planet. It's just a shame. It's just unnecessary, really. If this is a real Richard Mille, sure, that's fine. But a $42 watch, come on, just doesn't need it. So just to show you here, there's a bunch of different colorways. I think there are specs here. Let's see if any of these, what's important here. Silicone, the bandwidth is 26 millimeters wide, but the band is silicone, so if you have some sort of allergy to rubber, silicone should be okay, right? It can actually be 3 bars deep. I have no clue what that really means, though, what depth that is. Or, well, really, that's a pressure rating. Maybe the depth is here, but it doesn't say it. 24 centimeter band length. That I am a little curious about, because some people might have giant wrists. Yeah, I would, well, I mean, I guess if I could get that strap totally flat, which I cannot, it's safe to say that is 24 centimeters. Maybe even longer. One thing I don't see is the weight. I kind of feel like that might be important for people to know. You know, how heavy something is on your wrist, right? So let's tear this thing. This is in grams. It is 58 grams, this particular one. This is a plastic body, so they have metal cases, which would obviously weigh more. But I've never had a clear cased body, so... Alright, so you get the gist here. I'm going to close this out. This window is a little bit annoying. Okay. So it's a mechanical watch. It's not a battery, or is it? No, it's automatic. I stand corrected. It's got a counterweight back there. So there's some sort of stickers here. This one's like holographic. Although again, on a $42 watch, is that really necessary? I don't think so. Maybe this is a QC inspection sticker. This one, I'm just guessing, of course. Some residual glue. Yeah, you might want to do a better job than I did here. But let's at least try to get a view into the back of this thing. Oh, this is a whole sticker. That would have been even easier. Hold on. Okay, yeah, just take off the round sticker, and you'll have to take off the first 2 stickers. Alright, now it looks like there's a black printed thing here. And it says 21 joules automatic. Original design. Alright, so yeah, Counterweight's moving, winding it the movement up. I don't see any text on the weight itself, but again, we gotta really look at the price of this thing. What's cool is the screws here. They're not just like hex head screws. These are actually, you know, unique screws that you can't just use any screwdriver to take apart, just like Richard Mille has. I don't know if they're the same design as a real Richard Mille, but I just like the fact that they're not Phillips heads or hex heads. Okay, so that's neat. The band itself is it looks pretty durable. It is 2.4 millimeters thick silicone, so I would guess that's actually a very durable strap. Then we have this stainless steel buckle area. This material here is a little bit thin, that's for sure. A real expensive watch would have a much thicker piece, if not like a cast one or maybe a CNC'd one. This is just a bent piece of sheet metal. They literally just bent it around that thing, which is fine for the price. You know, you gotta always factor that in. This is a little, you know, tight thing for when you do this, you know, take up the slack. But it's quite interesting in its design because it's trapped here by these things. You can move it, but it's actually probably good to have that there. And then there's a secondary one. So if you actually, you know, have really small wrists, kind of like I do, let's see how much slack it can take off or keep tight with those little things. Oh man, I haven't put a watch on in probably 10 years. So hold on. Alright, so yeah, go through the first one, go through the second one, and then that one obviously can slide around, so that's pretty cool. I've never had a skeletonized watch before either, and so that's another reason I want the clear. I can see right through to my skin there, and you can see the movement there rotating around. Alright, I think it's easier to look at when it's not on my wrist. Yeah, that strap seems pretty high quality. Good enough for me, at least. How is it actually attached here? It looks like, you know, this is a big pin going to the other side. So there's two metal pins holding this thing from falling out. So it would seem to me, well, here's the issue. That's white plastic inside of the case. You can see the white plastic here in the silicone. What I don't know is that really... how is that white plastic attached to the silicone? It looks like maybe that's a tooth. And maybe there's a ridge. I think I can maybe see a ridge there. So you could probably actually tear this off if you put enough force on it. Which I'm not going to do, of course. But again, for the price. I kind of just think it would have been easier if all this was silicone and then the two screws. But maybe there's a reason why it's a separate piece that I just don't understand. Please leave a comment if you have some good theories, because, again, I haven't bought a watch in ages. Alright, well, this one here says AILANG, the company name up there. Sorry for the reflections. There we go. We have some glow in the dark. How do I do this here? Fortunately, oh yeah, we can see some of that there. I don't have a switch for my light. If I turn the light off, the computer will crash. So, sorry. I'll have to modify this workstation. I don't think anything else is moving. Right? I think all these little extra gears are just for show, which is totally understandable for something this at this price point. But it definitely looks complex. So let me hold this at a different angle. Yeah, this is less reflections, I think. So yeah, although it looks like that might be you know, part of the mechanics of the watch, it's not. This big gear, this gear here. Oh, but back there, that is actually moving. That's the second, I don't know what the proper name for that is. Yeah. So it's not a tourbillon or anything like that. There's nothing spinning showing the 60 seconds in a minute. But I'm pretty sure that has to do with tracking the seconds, or really the arm moving around. It might be driven by that little wheel. Alright, so yeah, naturally you got the standard 3 arms, and then you got your glow-in-the-dark dots there to tell what time it is, so that sort of works. This is actually a copy of a $2 million watch, I think, called the Pablo. I stand correct. It's a little bit different. This is a Pablo McDonough watch, and it's supposed to be like $2 million. But in this real watch, I mean, I think these are real wires. I don't know if they move in the real one, and pulleys and stuff like that. So maybe this is I know they make copies of this. Maybe this is a copycat too. But the inspiration is definitely there. You know, instead of these wires and pulleys, it just has fake things that look kind of like pulleys. These round things with the stars, and then what's supposed to be the wires is just like looks like a piece of flat metal. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the metal and those circular things are the same piece. So the wires and the circular pieces, I think they might be the same piece of metal. Which is fine again. I mean, it all comes down to the fact that this is a $42 watch and not a $2 million watch. So I think for $42, just seeing that flywheel moving around, this little gear wheel moving around, I think that's worth it to me. And then the fact that I can actually see through the whole thing is really cool. I like it. And, you know, I don't care if I break it, or if some moron tries to mug me for my watch. I really won't care, because it's not that expensive. So it's really carefree. Okay, well, let's see here. So we can set the time. This is all plastic. It has to be for this price. But it's going around a piece of metal, and it looks like that metal has some friction teeth. So I have a suspicion this clear piece is just pressed on, and that's okay again. Yeah, alright, so we pop that out. You can get your fingernail right under there pretty easily. It's pretty hard to grab though with just my fingertips. It's actually impossible. I can't do it. So luckily there's that cutout here in the body, and then you can get your fingernails in there. So what time is it? Alright, where I am is 10:38, so yeah, pretty straightforward. Very smooth. There's no like weird drag or anything like that. Alright, we'll go with that. It's probably going to lose time over a period being an automatic. I used to have a real Omega Speedmaster, and once I had that thing serviced, it never held time again. Not properly, at least. So I would avoid any scheduled maintenance on a real watch, because once you open it up, I think it just gets worse. So I stuck to quartz after that, and then I just stopped using watches once smartphones came out. But again, this is really neat. It's kind of thick, of course, but that's just the way Richard Mille's are, and it looks like it's a nice knockoff. I rather like it. Alright, well, hopefully you've seen enough of it, you know, at these different angles. Here, I'll move it around slowly for you. I find a lot of the Aliexpress listings, they just have really fast-paced videos, you know, trying to show a lifestyle more than the watch itself. But me, I just want something cool to talk about, so here you can just see these details. Even though they're all fake details, they're well done, I think. I don't think, are there really 19 jewels in this, making this watch work? I kind of doubt it. See, these are like rubies here, these fake rubies, but those wheels aren't moving. I don't think they are. I don't know. Actually, the spring is winding around that, but I don't know why there would be a jewel on top of it. Let's see on the back again. What's going on? Okay, well, yeah, these jewels here actually probably are proving a functional purpose. Oh, and there are these reddish, purplish jewels. Oh yeah, so now you can actually see that gold wheel, this gold gear actually moving. So that is part of the movement. And then that gold or bronze, actually it's got to be brass, right? These brass wheels are definitely part of the movement. There's something moving really fast right there. So it's nice. If you look at it from the back, this is all real, you know, workings of a watch. It's just at the front, they just tacked on a bunch of fake stuff to make it look even more complex. So many reflections. Sorry, it's just too shiny. Can we see anything through the side? Not so much. Maybe try from this side. That would have been cool if you could see, you know, gears moving from the side, but no. Well, I guess maybe right there it is clear enough. Yeah, I can see something spinning there, right there, so yeah, that's pretty cool. More than I expected for something like this. Okay, I guess that's enough for today's video. So hopefully you can make a decision if you think this is worth it. I think it's really worth it. It's a cool conversation piece, and beyond that, it's just something I'm actually going to wear this, at least until it's a really hot day, and then I decide to never wear watches again. But at least I didn't waste a lot of money, and I could always give it away, and whoever gets it next will be entertained by it for at least a few minutes. Alright, thank you for watching. See you in the next random review.